To have Cancer rising is to wear the world as a sensitive, porous membrane. Your very presence is a threshold, a moon-ruled gateway where the tides of the collective unconscious ebb and flow directly into your private sea. You are perceived first not by your sun's blazing core, but by the reflective, nurturing, and deeply protective shell of the crab. This is your armor, your home, your first language to the outer world. People feel your energy before they understand it. They sense a gentle luminescence, a quiet gravity, an unspoken history that seems to hover around you like mist over water. They perceive a softness, a receptivity, an intuitive knowing that makes them feel instinctively that they could tell you their secrets. Your style often reflects this inner landscape, a tendency towards comfort and nostalgia, a love of texture and history in clothing, a face that seems to hold 1,000 gentle memories even in youth. This is the veil through which your brilliant, untamed fire must shine. And you, Aries Sun, you are pure cosmic ignition. Your soul's purpose is to be a sovereign self, to act, to conquer, to lead with the uncomplicated fury of a newborn star. But with Cancer rising, your Martian war cry is filtered through a seashell. Your immense pioneering courage is now laced with a profound emotional vulnerability you can neither escape nor ignore. You don't just charge into battle. You feel the entire emotional landscape of the conflict. You absorb the fears of your comrades, the silent resentment of your opponents. This creates a deep psychological schism. The part of you that must be first is perpetually looking back to see if your emotional world is safe, if your tribe is following, if you are still protected. Your communication is a fascinating paradox. Blunt, direct. Aries statements are often prefaced or softened by a Cancerian qualifier. You are the warrior who fights for home, the general who leads not for glory, but for the safety of the family. The negative aspect is a potentially volatile temper that doesn't just explode, but simmers with a deep, brooding resentment, because every slight is felt not just as an insult to your ego, but as a wound to your soul's sanctuary. The positive, however, is a legendary, empathetic courage. You fight for the underdog because you feel their pain as your own, and you defend your loved ones with a ferocity that is both instinctual and deeply nurturing. For you, Leo Sun, your essence is the relentless creative expression of the heart. You are meant to shine, to command the stage, to love and be loved with a magnificent, generous passion. But with Cancer rising, your sun does not blaze in an open sky. It reflects off the surface of the ocean. Your need for recognition is inextricably tied to a need for emotional security. Applause doesn't just feed your ego, it makes you feel safe, loved, and part of a cherished community. You don't just perform, you offer your heart as a gift and wait with bated breath to see if it will be cherished. This makes your vulnerability immense. Your communication is deeply theatrical, but infused with a haunting emotional sincerity. You tell stories to connect, to make others feel, and you can read an audience not just by their cheers, but by the subtle currents of their emotional energy. Your style is regal yet comforting, dramatic yet nostalgic. Think vintage fur, a grandfather's signet ring, bold makeup that somehow makes your eyes look more tender. The negative aspect is a potential for manipulative behavior, not from malice, but from a terrified, childlike need to control the emotional environment to ensure you receive the love you require to survive. The positive, however, is a breathtaking artistic depth. Your creativity is not just for show, it is a soulful, cathartic act of healing for yourself and everyone who witnesses it. You are the monarch whose throne room is a hearth, and you, Sagittarius Sun, you are the archer of the gods, your spirit forged for the boundless quest, the philosophical debate, the desperate leap into the unknown in search of truth. Your nature is optimistic, freedom-loving, and intellectually restless. But with Cancer rising, your arrow is tied to a silken thread connected directly to your heart. You possess a profound wanderlust, but it is a homesick wanderlust. You travel the world searching for the philosophical meaning of home. You teach and preach not from an impersonal pulpit, but from a place of deep emotional conviction and personal experience. Your communication is a unique blend. You deliver Sagittarian truths, but you deliver them with Cancerian care, often using humor and story to make profound truths palatable and comforting. People perceive you not as a distant guru, but as a wise, funny, and incredibly nurturing older sibling who has seen the world and has come back to tell you it's going to be okay. Your style is worldly and cozy, a philosopher's sweater, well-traveled boots, a backpack filled with both books and home comforts. The negative aspect is a tendency to retreat into dogma or intellectual certainty when your emotional world feels too threatened or chaotic, using the map of philosophy to avoid navigating the messy terrain of your own feelings. The positive, however, is a revolutionary empathy. Your philosophy is not cold, it is compassionate. Your truth is not just an idea, it is a feeling. You don't just seek freedom for yourself, you seek a world where everyone can feel safe and free to feel. You are the seeker whose ultimate truth is that all healing begins with a loving home, first within ourselves and then everywhere.